GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening. Cape May County just approved a 22-court pickleball complex, and our beach weather forecast shows solid surf for the Jersey Shore tonight. Traffic's clear, and the Wildwood Beach Patrol is scaling back its guarded coverage. Over to you, Jake.
The Wildwood Beach Patrol announced they will trim guarded beach coverage beginning next week, scaling back lifeguard stations along the central boardwalk stretch.
Starting next week, the patrol will reduce the number of guarded sections on the beach, focusing resources on high-traffic areas near the pavilion.
The adjustment affects roughly 3 lifeguard stations, with the remaining guards covering the western and eastern ends of Wildwood's shoreline throughout the summer season.
Lots to get to. Let's begin as we dive into tonight's stories and bring the community updates you rely on, right after this brief note. Here are our top stories. Cape May County officials have approved a new pickleball complex with 22 courts, slated to begin construction in the coming months. Developers say the project will expand recreation options and attract visitors. Sean Mulvaney has the full story.
County officials have signed off on a new sports complex in Cape May County that will house 22 pickleball courts. The plan calls for groundbreaking within the next few months, with the facility designed to boost local recreation and attract visitors. Developers will oversee the construction, aiming to deliver a modern venue that fits into the county's broader push for updated sports amenities. The site, located near the county's main thoroughfares, will feature surrounding green space and parking to accommodate players and families. Officials said the project aligns with efforts to diversify leisure options across the region, providing a dedicated space for the fast-growing pickleball community. Sean Mulvaney, GMNA News, Cape May.
The Cape May County Board of Commissioners is pressing for full interchanges at 4 Garden State Parkway exits across the county. Officials say the upgrades would smooth traffic flow, speed emergency response, and create more reliable evacuation routes for the millions of summer visitors who flock to the shore each year. The push is part of a broader infrastructure campaign that aims to modernize key roadways ahead of the peak tourist season. Commissioners highlighted that the current at-grade intersections can cause bottlenecks and delay first responders during storms. They are working with state engineers to study design options and secure funding, emphasizing that a complete interchange network would bring long-term safety and economic benefits. The effort remains underway, with public meetings scheduled in the coming weeks to gather input from residents and business owners.
NJ101.5 delivered today's beach weather and surf outlook for the New Jersey shoreline, with a focus on Wildwood and neighboring boardwalks. The bulletin highlighted what visitors can expect in terms of sunshine, temperature, wind, and wave activity, giving a clear picture for anyone heading out to the sand. According to the forecast, conditions are set for a typical summer day, with enough sun to enjoy the shore and surf that remains suitable for both casual swimmers and boarders. Safety reminders were woven in, noting that changing tides and occasional breezes can affect water depth and wave size. Residents and tourists alike are encouraged to check the full report before planning long stays on the beach, ensuring a pleasant and safe outing along the coast. The update runs through the afternoon and into the early evening, covering the full span of beach hours.
Cape May Town Council has instituted an 8 p.m. beach curfew, barring anyone under 18 from the shoreline after dark. The ordinance takes effect August 13, 2026. Sean Mulvaney has the full story.
Starting tonight, the town of Cape May has put a new curfew in place on its oceanfront. Anyone under 18 must be off the sand by 8 p.m., a rule that takes effect on August 13, 2026. The ordinance was approved by the town council after a series of public hearings, and the Cape May Police Department says officers will be stationed at the main access points to ensure compliance. Parents are being asked to arrange transportation for younger beachgoers, while seniors and adults can stay later. Officials say the measure is intended to keep the shoreline safe and peaceful during the evening rush. Sean Mulvaney, GMNA News, Cape May.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced today that a nationwide egg recall has been elevated to Class 1, the agency's highest safety alert. The upgrade signals a serious health risk and means the recall remains active across the country, including New Jersey shoppers who have been advised to stop using any eggs from the implicated supplier. Officials say the decision follows contamination concerns at a major egg producer, prompting the agency to act swiftly to protect the public from potential severe consequences. Consumers are urged to check packaging for the recall notice and to discard any affected products. The FDA will continue monitoring the situation and will issue further guidance as more information becomes available. This is the first Class 1 egg recall, and the agency is coordinating with state health officials to trace the contaminated batch and prevent further distribution. Stay tuned, our Wildwood Beach Patrol is trimming guarded beach coverage to keep you safe, and more after the break. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. The Wildwood Beach Patrol announced a citywide shift that will shrink the number of beaches receiving active lifeguard coverage. Beginning Monday, August 17th, the department will pull patrols from several lower traffic stretches, concentrating personnel on the most heavily used areas. Officials say the change is designed to allocate resources more efficiently without compromising public safety. The adjustment follows a broader review of lifeguard assignments across Wildwood, aimed at matching staffing levels to seasonal demand. The decision emerged after an internal assessment of incident reports and beach attendance patterns over the past summer. Patrons at affected spots are urged to stay aware of reduced supervision and to follow standard beach safety practices. Patrol crews will still rotate through the trimmed zones during peak hours to ensure rapid response if needed. The patrol stresses that the core mission of protecting swimmers remains unchanged, even as the footprint of active coverage narrows.
Now let's turn to the forecast and see what tonight's beach weather holds for us.
A lingering mid-level jet from the west is capping heat, steering late-day clouds into Wildwood. On this date, the town burned to 86 degrees in 2024, a brief spike during an early-season heat wave that shattered the previous mark. The chill side came back in 2014 when temperatures slipped to 54 degrees, a night that followed a deep Arctic surge and left frost on the lake. Normal August highs hover in the mid-70s, with lows in the low 70s, so today's readings sit squarely between those historic extremes. Those records remind us how a shifting jet can swing temperatures dramatically within a single summer. The live radar shows a thin band of rain lingering west of the city, drifting eastward. The echo sits over the western hills, with the strongest cores having passed downtown around 5 p.m. By 7 p.m., the moisture should be off the coast, leaving Wildwood clear and dry. The jet stream overhead pushes air west to east, so no new cells are forming and the sky stays overcast, but rain ends shortly. At 6 p.m. Wildwood sits under a blanket of clouds with a temperature of 77 degrees and a dew point in the low 70s, explaining the heavy humidity that feels close to saturation. A gentle southeast breeze pushes 5 miles per hour, barely stirring the air. Pressure is near average but nudging upward, signaling drier. More stable air will creep in as night falls. Meanwhile, the 500 hectopascal jet streams west at roughly 74 miles per hour, capping any surface heating and keeping convection suppressed. The UV index reads 3, and the wind will not exceed 8 miles per hour. No precipitation is forecast, and there are no active alerts. Expect the overcast to linger through the evening, with temperatures easing to 75 degrees by 7 p.m. Looking ahead, Saturday brings another overcast day with a high of 82 and a low of 70 degrees, as the same western jet continues to pull cool air across the region. Sunday remains cloudy, but a modest chance of rain arrives, 24 to 36%, nudging the high to 81 and the low to 73. Monday clears dramatically. The jet shifts northward, allowing sunshine to dominate and temperatures to climb to 84 with a low of 75. Tuesday stays bright and dry, high 82, low 73, as high pressure builds. Wednesday repeats the clear pattern, high 82 and low 73, completing a stretch of warm, settled weather through the middle of next week. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, smooth traffic around town, a look at the Flyers trade options, and the St. George's Beach Outlet Spotlight. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
All major routes through Wildberry are moving freely this morning. Interstate 85, Route 23 and County Road 5 show normal flow, with travel times matching posted schedules. Downtown Main Street and the Ocean Avenue corridor are clear, no accidents or construction to slow you down. That means commuters heading to the boardwalk or the shopping district can expect a smooth ride for now. Looking ahead, the afternoon rush typically builds around the mall parking lot entrance on Highway 52 and the school zone on Pine Street, so drivers should allow a few extra minutes once the clock hits 1 o'clock. Transit remains on schedule, with the trolley line and bus Route 7 running without delay. No service changes have been announced, and the commuter rail is on time. Keep an eye on the weather front as a light shower moves in later, but for the moment the streets are open and traffic is steady.
The calendar is quiet today on 5 Mile Beach, but stay tuned to the local sunset for the weekend's festivals and the upcoming F1 excitement. And now here's Luke with sports.
Here's the latest on Philly's big clubs and what Wild fans should watch. The Flyers are mapping out moves that could land Minnesota Wild assets before next season, aiming to accelerate a roster that's still in its early development phase. Adding proven depth would push the club from a promising rebuild into a genuine playoff contender and signal they're serious about a Stanley Cup push. Philadelphia added recently acquired outfielder Cameron Misner as the 27th man for the Field of Dreams showdown in Iowa against the Twins. The move gives the Phillies a fresh bat on a neutral site stage and lets Misner showcase his tools, while the club evaluates his fit for the regular roster. 11th practice at Jefferson Health saw the Eagles' drill grind to a halt when a scuffle erupted after a running play, ending the session early. Coach's response will set the tone for discipline heading into the first preseason game, and fans will watch to see if tempers cool before the regular season. The latest injury list adds cornerback Cooper DeJean and safety Quinion Mitchell, expanding a growing tally that already includes Devonta Smith and Mackay Lemon. Depth concerns in the secondary could force the Eagles to lean on younger players early, making the upcoming preseason a critical proving ground. Jalen Carter cracked the NFL Top 100, becoming the second-ranked Eagle on a list that now features 6 Philadelphia players. The recognition underscores the defensive line's elite status and gives fans a benchmark of talent to expect as the Eagles chase another deep playoff run. After breaking a 6-year playoff drought with a youthful roster, the Flyers enter the 2026-27 season with a big question: which player will emerge as the season's surprise? Analysts point to a mid-tier forward poised for a breakout, a development that could tip the balance in a tight Eastern race. Stay tuned, Wildwood, for more action as the season unfolds.
Thanks, Luke. St. George's Beach Outlet on the boardwalk is feeling the heat of summer in the best way. This family-run retail shop, known for its beachwear, sunglasses, and local souvenirs, saw a wave of shoppers during the 4th of July holiday week. Owner Nancy Salib laughed that the store was swamping with customers, and sales jumped 55% after a slow start to the season. That surge isn't just a number. It signals that Wildwood's boardwalk is buzzing again, pulling families back to the sand and giving neighboring cafes and street vendors a lift. St. George's is more than a shop, it's a gathering spot where locals and tourists alike find a piece of the shore spirit. Up next, we dive into hot water heater replacements, tips every homeowner should know before the next winter. We will be right back. Every day, important stories happen across the city before any news crew arrives. Sometimes, the very first person at the story is you. When you witness something newsworthy, open the GMNA Citizen Reporter app and start your report. The app guides you through every step while your report is delivered directly to the GMNA newsroom. Every submission is reviewed by our editorial team, and approved reports may be featured on GMNA. Get the GMNA Citizen Reporter app today at my.gmna.ca. Your city, your news.
Welcome back. Replacing a hot water heater can be daunting, with plumbing, electrical, and code considerations that many homeowners overlook. Our guide breaks down the essential steps for a safe, hassle-free swap. Vince Petrosino has the full story.
Replacing a hot water heater means turning off power or gas, draining the tank, disconnecting the old unit, and installing the new one with proper venting and pressure relief. Homeowners should start by consulting the manufacturer's manual and checking local codes before lifting the heavy tank. Safety gear like gloves and eye protection is a must, and a licensed plumber is required when dealing with gas lines or complex electrical connections. After the new heater sits in place, refill the tank, purge air from the system, and test for leaks before restoring power. Proper insulation around the pipe and securing the unit prevents future corrosion and noise. Follow each step methodically to avoid costly mistakes and keep hot water flowing safely. Vince Petrosino, GMNA News, Wildwood.
Thanks for joining us, Wildwood. From today's exciting green light for a 22-court pickleball complex to our beach weather outlook, we've covered a lot. I'm Brooke Mancini, and I look forward to bringing you more local news tomorrow. Stay safe and see you then again very soon.